the WBA super middleweight world champion, the 2004 Olympic gold medalist, and someone that we're all very, very proud of. Inside and outside the ring, you heard the chant, SOG, Andre Ward.
Nobody take no food off his plate. Got a baby champ.
Oh man.
Food with the family.
This is a hard night's work tonight. I just want to thank God for this victory. I want to thank God for allowing me and Abraham and everybody who fought on this card to get out safe tonight and return home to our families. At the end of the day, we want to entertain you guys, but ultimately we gotta get home safely. As far as the victory, I think it was a good victory for my progress. You know, Abraham is not only a hard hitter, but he's difficult to fight. You know, he does some awkward things in there. You know, the referee did a good job tonight, but I really felt like he could have let me fight on the inside. That was a major part of our game plan because Arthur Abraham does not like it to the body. Nobody likes it to the body, but he really doesn't like it to the body. And I mean, as you guys saw, as soon as we got close to each other, he would bear hug me or he would wrap his arm around my head. And I mean, literally, I was begging the ref, let me work, and he wouldn't let me do it. Burge told me, stop worrying about that, get refocused, and you know, let's find another way to do it. So I feel like, you know, if I would have had an opportunity to work on the inside, you know, we could have possibly stopped Abraham. We could have wore him down even more than we did tonight. But that being said, I'm happy with the victory, and I'm happy to be moving into the finals. Initially, I didn't know what to expect from Abraham. You know, I didn't know what kind of fight it was going to be. I didn't know how it was going to look, but he's awkward. He's short, you know, and he's compact, and some of the stuff, you know, he was doing on the inside, you know, made it to where I couldn't really flow like I wanted to, like I mentioned. But that remains to be seen, you know, concerning Johnson and Froch. You know, I think it's inevitable that me and Froch should have a showdown. He's been calling for it. I think, you know, the fans here in the U.S. want it, and the fans in Great Britain want it. So I think that would be an action-packed fight, and it'd be a live atmosphere like it was tonight in terms of fanfare. Everybody I talked to said he hit hard. And as soon as I went out there, he hit me with a jab, and I said, we in a fight. So I had to make the adjustments because he does hit hard. But two things were happening in between the rounds. I was listening to my corner, but at the same time I said, I'm going home with my belt, and I'm going to defend my belt. You know, he's got some strength. He hits hard. He's strong. But, you know, I think we may have split the first 4 rounds, but, you know, I tried to stay calm and stay composed and pull away, and that's what we did.
You said he hurt you. I
didn't say he hurt me. I said he hits hard. That's the difference. I think Glen Johnson is a guy who's just, you know, pretty much got one speed, and he's going to keep coming. But the thing about Johnson is we didn't get a chance to see how his body responded at 168 pounds, simply because he fought a guy that he was comfortable with in Alan Green, former sparring partners. And then B, that wasn't a torrent pace that they fought at. It was a very, you know, casual pace, and then he ended up catching Alan Green behind the head. So a lot of people said that he looked great in that fight against Green, and I don't take anything away from him, but we're going to see how that weight loss really affected him when he fights Froch, because it's going to be a higher pace fight against a guy who doesn't respect him as much as Alan Green respected him, and we're going to see how he really looks in that fight. I knew that I could connect with the straight left, but at the same time, Arthur Abraham's money punch is the right hand. So as soon as I turned southpaw, he was licking his chops because, you know, he felt like he could line me up with the right hand. So, you know, I had to, you know, be cognizant of that. So I stayed there, you know, for a period of time, and you know, was able to, you know, do a little damage. But again, man, he's got a turtle defense. You know, he's tight. You know, he doesn't give you a lot of clean shots, and you can't get frustrated with his defense because you know, you end up walking into something. Yeah, we identified the certain you know, times and certain positions where he likes to explode, and along the ropes he'll come with the wide shots. We knew that, and sometimes he'll need a breather like he did with Jermaine Taylor, where he'll dance away from it and then he'll explode with the 1-2. So there's certain areas where we knew he wanted to punch, but then again, in the heat of the moment, you never really know. So you just got to be alert, and that's what my corner told me from round 1 to round 12. You're winning the fight, keep doing what you're doing, but be alert. Don't go to sleep. I mean, my coach told me, he said, listen, you know, a lot of people say, how are you going to penetrate that? You got to hit him. That's how you penetrate a defense like that. You got to hit him. And that's what we did, you know. And even though his hands are up, I'm still able to bust him up because his gloves are hitting him in the face. Right. And so we'll take it. Everything was pretty much what I thought it was going to be. You know, I probably expected maybe a little bit more from him because, you know, he was saying he was in the best shape of his career. And his back was against the wall, and, you know, but after the third or fourth round, he resorted back to the old Arthur Abraham. I expected him to step on the gas a little bit more than he did tonight. But he was, you know, he was huffing and puffing probably in the fourth round because he's got so much mass on him that after he throws those big shots, he needs time to regroup. All that blood fills up in his muscles, and, you know, he needs time to regroup. And so he kind of tired a little bit early, but still dangerous the whole time. You can't run in there and get crazy. I've sparred guys with heavy hands. I fought guys. I mean, Miranda had, you know, heavy hands. So it's not that he hurt me. It's just that you felt it when you catch him on the, you know, on the arms. You catch him, you know, or you know, he hits you with a jab. You can say, okay, this guy's got heavy hands. I mean, this guy's a sharp puncher. Abraham has heavy hands. And Carl Froch said he had bricks in both hands, and I agree with that. Yeah, he caught me a couple times, and I was always taught, because I started boxing from a little boy, you know, that getting hit is not cool. Period. I know the fans, you know, we're in an era right now in boxing where everybody wants blood and guts, and if it's not blood and guts, people think that it wasn't a great performance or somebody wasn't a warrior or they didn't put on a good show. And I have an old school trainer, and, you know, he taught me, when my dad brought me to him as a little boy, he said, teach my son how to hit and not get hit. So that being said, he caught me a couple times, but not with 2 and 3 shots consecutively, and that's the key. You may land one, but I can't give you 2, 3, and 4 shots back to back like that, and we were able to avoid that. I just think, you know, he did what most guys do. He looked at me from the outside, and he figured that as soon as he hit me, I was going to blow over. The whole time leading up to this fight, all he talked about was knockout, knockout, knockout. He figured when he hit me, because his whole career was built on knocking guys out and overpowering guys. I think that was his main focus. You know, he thought he was going to knock me out and or wear me down. And our conditioning was great. We got stronger as the fight went on, and he caught me, and I was still standing. So I think that played a role in this victory, and I think mentally that probably did something to him too. Well, first off, I mean, my goal is to get that WBC belt. I want that green belt, whether it's Glen Johnson or whether it's Carl Froch. That's a very historical belt, and I've always wanted that belt, as well as defending my WBA belt for the 4th time. And then from there, I think the winner of this tournament should fight Lucian Bute for the Ring Magazine belt to see who is the best 168-pounder in the world. And I don't think it should be any other way.